Kitty McCrae, A Galloping Rhyme by Barcroft Henry Boake. Read for LibriVox.org by Andrea Fiore. The western sun, ere he sought his lair, skimmed the tree-tops, and glancing thence, rested awhile on the curling hair of Kitty McCrae by the boundary fence. Her eyes looked anxious, her cheeks were pale, for father was 2 hours late with the mail. Never before had he been so late, and Kitty wondered and wished him back. Leaning athwart the big swing gate that opens out on the bridle track, a tortuous path that sidled down from the single street of a mining town, with her raven curls and her saucy smile, brown eyes that glow with a changeful light, tenderly trembling all the while, like a brace of stars on the breast of night. Where could you find in the light of day a bonnier lassie than Kitty McCrae? Born in the saddle, this girl could ride like the fearless queen of the silver bow, and nothing that ever was lapped in hide could frighten Kitty McCrae, I trow. She would wheel a mob in the hour of need, if the devil himself were in the lead. But now in the shadows deepening, when the last sun spark had ceased to burn, afar she catches the sullen ring of horse-hoofs swinging around the turn. Then painfully down the narrow trail comes Alex McCrae with the Greytown mail. "The fever and ague, my girl," he said, "'twas all I got on that northern trip. When it left me, then I was well nigh dead, has got me fast in its iron grip, and I'd rather rot in the nearest jail than ride tonight with the Greytown mail." At Golden Gully they heard today, 'twas a common topic about the town, that the Mulligan gang were around this way, so they wouldn't dispatch the gold dust down, and Brown the manager said he thought 'twere wise to wait for a strong escort. I rode the leaders, the other nags I left with the coach at the Traveller's Rest. Kitty, my lass, you must take the bags, postboy, I reckons about the best. 'Tis dark, I know, but he'll never fail to take you down with the Greytown mail. It needed no further voice to urge this dutiful daughter to eager haste. She donned the habit of rough blue serge that hung in folds from her slender waist, and postboy stood by the stockyard rail while she mounted behind the Greytown mail. Dark points, the rest of him iron gray, boasting no strain of expensive blood, down steepest hill he could pick his way, and never was balked by a winter flood. Strong as a lion, hard as a nail, was the horse that carried the Greytown mail, a nag that seemed to be fit for 100 miles at a push, with the old Monaro pedigree by furious rising out of the bush. Run in when a colt from a mountain mob by Brian O'Flynn and Dusty Bob, and Postman's bosom was filled with pride as he felt the form of his mistress sway in its easy grace to his swinging stride as he dashed along the narrow way. No prettier Mercury, I'll go bail, than Kitty carried a governed mail. Leaving the edge of O'Connor's Hill, they merrily scattered the drops of dew in the spanning of many a tiny rill whose bubbling waters were hid from view. In quick-step time to the curlew's wail rode Kitty McCrae with the Greytown mail. Sidling the range by a narrow path where towering mountain ash-trees grow, and a slip meant more than an icy bath in the tumbling waters that foam below. Through the white fog filled each silent vale rode Kitty McCrae with the Greytown mail. The forest shadows became less dense, they fairly flew down the river fall, as out from the shade of an old brush fence stepped 3 armed men with a sudden call. Sharp and stern came the well-known hail, "Stand, for we want the Greytown mail." Postboy swerved with a mighty bound as an outlaw clung to his bridle rein. A hoof-stroke flattened him on the ground with a curse that was half a cry of pain, while Kitty,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?